Hi, my name's Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast, and this is my, what is it? It's my card and a cuppa for Wednesday the 19th of March 2025. Now I just want to make sure I've gone live in the right place, so just bear with me while I just have a little look at that and just double check, because I don't want to be in the wrong place. So let me just make sure there's no volume there. I think I'm in the right place. Looks like I could be, so that's a positive, isn't it? So let's, if you're watching, jump on and say hi. Oh, hi Elizabeth. I've cut your online card class up and I've got it ready to mail, so that's good. Thank you so much for joining in that. Okay, so today I'm going to show you a couple of the cards. Well, I'm going to show you everything that I presented at On Stage on the weekend up at Brisbane. That was a very, I don't know what sort of moment that was. Very nerve-wracking, very amazing, and very exciting, I guess. I found out before Christmas. I got an email before Christmas asking me to do it, and I toyed with it for a few days. Not days, sorry, a few hours trying to decide, and I decided that if I went to On Stage and I didn't do it, I'd feel like I'd let myself down. So as much as it terrified me, I said yes. So I had a few months to plan and prepare, and Stampin' Up! Were really, really good. They just held your hand all the way through it pretty much, and even up at the event, amazing. All the staff, just amazing. It's the most wonderful company to work with. So let's go down to the craft desk and we can get started. So there we go. Okay, so you'll see that we got the new annual catalogue from On Stage, and I can't show you the inside. This is the cover. I think it's much better than last year's annual catalogue. I think everybody should be happier with this. Bear in mind it doesn't have everything in it, because it's teaming with the online exclusives. So this catalogue it's got things in it that won't be on the online section, but you can order. But then it's sort of suggesting you to go and look online for further products and further items. And I think that's a good way to do it, because we all know when we go shopping, or if we have a catalogue that we shop with at home, it's not going to have everything in it. So we then go looking for more online. And I just think that's the way the world is now. And I think this catalogue's good. It does have like the designer series paper in one place. It does have punches in one place, which didn't in last year's catalogue. So it is a better catalogue. It is easier to find things. And then it is directing you to the online store as well. So I think it's great. That's just my opinion. Okay, so I'll put that there. This was the bundle I was given to demonstrate with. It's called, hi Lynn, it's called the Paper Tags Bundle. Now this actually is not in the new catalogue. It will be an online exclusive in May. It's a cling. I just had a flashback. I feel like I'm doing it all over again. It's a cling red rubber stamp set and dies to match. To cut out the stamps, the words. So it's a sentiment stamp set pretty much. And these are the dies that you can... Yes, yippee for the designer series paper and punches being in one place. That part of the catalogue is pretty much like the way it used to be. We've got all the adhesives on one page. We've got all the embossing folders on one page. All the punches that are in the that they've got in the catalogue on one page. So that therefore makes the catalogue is going to be a lot easier to navigate around again this year. So that will be good. So these are the dies and that's what they cut out. So it's pretty good. I love the way these two dies cut a little heart out, because you can embellish your projects with those. And then this is when they're stamped and die cut. And it's really cool. It's a really cool little set. I call this stamp and this shape the dog bone. And in hindsight, I should have done something with the dog background stamp using and having this with a sentiment on it. But I can do that now. I can do that later. So that's what they look like all cut out. Let me just... I've got so much stuff everywhere. It's just crazy. So we're going to make 2 of the 3 cards that I showed at On Stage. So let me just... And remind me, I've got to also show you my classes that are coming up. Remind me. So this was my first card that I showed and demonstrated. It was for the simple stamper, but incorporating die cutting because all these dies fit through the mini cut emboss machine. So it's really good for a beginner crafter who's been dabbling with stamps, ink and paper and maybe our kits and wants to venture into die cutting. So that was my first card. And so for the beginner stamper, I showed that card. But then I had a couple of supporting cards to go with it. So once again, it's just stamps, ink and paper. Hi, Marilyn. And just with a beginning into, like starting into die cutting ventures. So this one also used the tiled techniques to make your background. And then I used the dies and the stamps to die cut sentiments out and just embellishments. So that was the card I showed. This one was the card I demonstrated, and these were 2 to support. And it's just showing stamps, ink, paper, and starting into die cutting. So that was that card. We'll make that one in a moment. I thought I'd show them all to you first, and then we could make some. Now, where's my second card? Here it is. Okay, so this was the second card, which all these little things are coming off because they were on the display board. This was using heat embossing. Yes, well, as demonstrators, we can already see the online digital version of the catalogue, of the new catalogue. And yes, some of the new designer series paper are to die for. And it's really interesting. They have got quite a few packs of paper returning. Now let me look at what they've got returning. They've got the perennial lavender paper returning. The countryside woods is returning. What else was returning? The bokeh one that matches the butterflies in the mini catalogue. There was another one. I can't think, and I'd have to... Oh, the nested winters. The nested... this one. Nests of winter. This one. This one is returning. So that paper's returning. And there was another elegance one with gold foil in it that was at Christmas time. I didn't have that paper, but that is in the new catalogue as well. So I have never seen, up until last year with this year's catalogue currently, they have never repeated designer series paper. And this year they have rolled over about, I would say 6 packs, give or take, of current paper rolled into the next year's catalogue, which is also very good. Okay, now this was card number 2. This was for the casual crafter who is wanting to get into techniques and start sort of, you know, doing a few techniques. So this card, where's the stamp set one? Here we go. This card I used what I call the dog bone, and this sentiment, it's a wonderful day to celebrate you, and we use the dies, the scallop, the 2 dies, the 2 tag dies, and I embossed it in a stamped in verse. Good afternoon, Margaret, how are you? Thank you. I stamped it in Versamark and heat embossed white wow embossing powder on it. And then I got some markers, which I didn't get out for today. That was silly. I'll have to do that in a minute. And I coloured it in. And this is called the neon chalkboard technique. I did do a video about this technique a little while ago, probably about a month ago. Actually, that was a little trial run, that video, to see how I managed it. So that was that. So it's just stepping it up a bit with actually die cutting, 2 techniques: die cutting, heat embossing, and then turning it into the neon chalkboard technique. So that was my sample card, and that's the one I showed and demonstrated. Then these were my supporting ones, similar, just that I did the dog bone portrait. And there is a little die that cuts a little notch in your tag. And then here is another one. And then this one used Bright and Beautiful Designer Series paper, which I thought really lent itself to the neon technique. And then this one, once again, I had to use my tiled technique stamp set for this technique to showcase, and they were my supporting cards. So we'll recreate this one. I have got so many pieces heat embossed. I don't think I need to heat emboss, so let's just wait and see. I'm not sure, I can't remember. So that was at my second card. And then my third card was a real wow card. This was for the avid crafter. And this was the chalkboard technique, which is what this stamp set really lends it to, the chalkboard technique, which is just heat embossing with white embossing powder. So this is called a concertina pocket fold card. So this ribbon is basic beige. It's new in the catalogue. I got that to play with. When I got the stamp die bundle from head office, I also got a pack of 12 by 12 basic black cardstock, a pack of the new In Colours cardstock. I got a packet of the Wow embossing powders. I got this classic basic beige ribbon. I got a packet of the baker's twine, the Essentials baker's twine. What else did they send? They sent me so much stuff. Oh, the suitcases. I got the suitcases, the little suitcase treat boxes, and I did that with the suitcase treat box. They sent me so much stuff. And then, after my presentation, I got all the same stuff except for the stamp set all over again. They were replenishing my stash, and I'm thinking, but you already gave it to me. My stash wasn't depleted. But anyway, so this was the avid card. So I sort of said, for the avid crafter, you have everything. You have all the gear and lots of ideas, and they're the crafters that are wanting techniques and fun folds. So this is what this card looks like. So I used every stamp in the stamp set. So I did 2 tags with the You're So Very Kind. Oh, so on the front I've got May Your Day Be Filled with Sunshine and Laughter. Then I have a tag with You're So Very Kind, a tag with It's a Wonderful Day to Celebrate You, Consider This a Paper Hug, Just for You. And I use that beautiful Delightful Florals Designer Series paper in the mini catalogue. And over on the back here I've got the dog bone shape and the happiness enclosed. So that was my avid card. Let me just do that up again. Tie that up. And then I had this one to support it, another avid card, using It's a Wonderful Day to Celebrate You, and I die cut that little banner and stamped the happiness enclosed. And this is a Star Gate fold photo card, and because I had a very good subject matter to put inside this card. So that was one of my other wow cards for the avid crafter. They were my cards. I did do scrapbook pages as well, but I have no idea where I put those. Where did I put them? Maybe I'll have to show you those another time. I have no idea where they are. How silly is that? Let me just see if I can quickly find them. Oh, I do know where they are. Here they are. Here they are. There we go. I'm pretty sure that's... So then I incorporated the bundle into... Let me move some of these things to one side. Into the scrapbooking layouts from the Storybook Moments Now I don't know if the glare is going to be a problem. I think it is. I'll hold it up. So this is the Storybook Moments scrapbooking kit, and I used the dog bone stamp set and the layering matting die, and that had little Sage's birth details. I stamped It's a Wonderful Day to Celebrate You on a Hearts of Elegance dies. So I was showing how you could team multiple products together. So that was one page. Maybe if I do this. And then this one I just used the... Hi Tanya! I used the scallop, the scallop tag die as a matting piece behind this part. Covered up where the heart punches out, and just showing how you can incorporate multiple Stampin' Up projects. You don't have to be sort of restricted to using just one. This is another one where I showed the scallop tag die could be used as a photo mat, and I used what I call the dog bone shaped stamps and dies for my sleepy girls. And last one, I used May Your Day Be Filled with Sunshine and Laughter on this page, and I called the title of the page was Sunny Walks and Smiles, and this was the dog bone down here, and because Grandma made the page, consider this a paper hug. So I was just showing how the tags can punch out a little heart, and you can use the heart to embellish your pages or your projects. And I just thought that sentiment was perfect for these photos. This was when little Sage, I think, was a week old or 2 weeks old, and Olivia was getting out for walks at the beach in the sunshine. So I thought that was a perfect sentiment and die to use for that page. So they were my supporting projects. I'll put them back where I had them so I know where I'm putting them. So let's, and I've got a bag of so many bits and pieces here that I started playing with, and then I wasn't happy with them. And what did I do with my dies? This one. I did want to show you one. Where did I put it? I thought I put it in there. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it's in here somewhere. Anyway, I wanted to show you how one die in particular, maybe I won't worry about finding it because it's probably in amongst my cards. So let's just move on. Okay, so let's go back to our beginner card. That's branching into stamps, ink, paper, and a little bit of die cutting. Okay, now you will notice that I have got some that are already pre-stamped from a lot of practices and die cutting. So basically I just inked up this big tag, this one. I stamped it in Old Olive, and I had a card base of Old Olive and a matting piece of basic beige. I had a strip of the beautiful Floral Delight Designer Series paper. Now what's happened to my glue? Is this the one I'm using? It is. And I just matted that onto my matting piece. If I can get it up without... I've got my window open so it could blow away. I hope it doesn't. Okay, so I'm just going to mat that onto my matting piece. Make sure I've got it straight, because there we go. And then I've got half my circle here. Where's my other? Here it is. Then I had my 2 3/8 inch circle punch, and I punched out some of the floral and gingham vellum, and I cut it in half with my snips, and I got my seal, and I did put some on each side. I've got to remember to come up so that I just split the circle in half to mat it behind, like so. My next door neighbour's been blower vacuuming in her courtyard, and I was hoping she'd stop by the time I did my video, and she did. She must have known I wanted her to stop. Okay, and that was just to show that you can show punches, and that what you can do, you can cut them in half. And then I put that up on dimensionals. Now these dies do also cut a little slit. This one in particular cuts a little slit, so you can sort of wrap it around a bag if you're wanting to sort of do a tag for a bag or something like that. So these will be an online exclusive in May. They're not in the catalogue. And then I popped it onto my card matting piece, straight preferably. And then I'll keep that for another card. I'll put that in my sample bag. Like a show bag, isn't it? And attached it to my card base. So as I said, these dies all go through the mini cut emboss machine. So that's a really good upsell point. Now what do I do with the ribbon? So this is the classic 3/8 of an inch basic beige ribbon, and that will be in the annual catalogue. Pretty sure that's in the, I think I saw it, yes. And it's really nice to tie. It's not hard to, she says, it's not hard to make a bow, but you know, it could be, and that could be terrifying, especially in front of 660 people. Holy cow. Okay, so I'll just cut that off and we'll trim that down. I'll just get a glue dot and we'll trim it down, trim the tails down, that's what I'm trying to say. I just popped that there. So that was showing them the basic beige ribbon, as well as, I'm going to cut my tail shorter, as well as the stamp die bundle. I'm going to cut my tail shorter. You watch, I'll go too far. There we go. And then I got some embellishments. I think these are the gold textured dots. And I think before I went to On Stage, I think I realised that they were actually on the last chance list. And I thought, oh, I hope they don't go out of stock before I get to do this. I'm going to put my bling on another side now. But I don't think it would have mattered really. So I'm going to put my bling over here. So that was that. That was that card. And also I won't do it today, but I just finished off with an insert and a little strip of paper. Great way to use up your scraps to use to finish off your cards. So that was my beginner card, venturing into die cutting. Okay, let's put that to one side. Now the next one was this one, with a technique, venturing into techniques. I don't know where my little die cut that I wanted to show you has gone. I really wanted to show you that. I will go through this. Let me have a look. These are all my little samples and whatnot. You can see I was doing all sorts of things. I had it 2 seconds before I went live, but you know what? It's gone. It's missing in action. Maybe I need to show it. Maybe I need to die cut it and show it. Who knows what I did with it? Oh, this is the team gift Linda gave us. My upline did these. She gave us all a D block, and it's got Insomniacs On Stage 2025 and a little tent fold card that says for you. Isn't that cute? It's so cute. Love it. That's that piece. I found this one, but I had the little taggy piece to wrap around it to show you something. Anyway, let's just move on. it doesn't matter. Okay, so as I said, I stamped, because I've got spares, I'm not going to redo it. I stamped the basic black in Versamark ink with the dog bone. Was the stamp set gone? What have I done with, oh, here it is, duh, with the dog bone stamp, the frame, and I just did it on my my background piece, like so. I just stamped, I went down the middle, and then I went on either side. Then I put the Wow embossing powder all over it, heat embossed it. Now I've got to grab some blends. Swear to God, I thought I had everything ready. So just heat embossed. That's called the chalkboard technique. But then let's do that one. How many did I do? I think I need one more. Let me see. I'll do Lost Lagoon because, no, maybe I'll get one more out. What's this one? Blackberry Bliss. No. What's this one? No. You're going to have bright colours, otherwise it doesn't show. Look, just let's grab a 0 afternoon. Okay, so this is called the neon chalkboard technique, and I have done it on a previous video. So let me just grab, this is dark blueberry bushel, and I'm just going to go over the white embossed image. And because it's got the black cardstock behind, it doesn't matter if you go off the embossed part because you can't really see it, which is always a good thing. This is dark Lost, or this is light Lost Lagoon. It'll do, no, you can't see that. I need the dark one. So this is dark Lost Lagoon, and I'm just going over it. I think I need to get a new Lost Lagoon, but you can kind of see what's happening. So you just go over the embossed image with your blends. What's this? I don't want light. I want dark. And this is dark lemon lime twist, like so. And then we'll get dark berry burst. And the great thing about this technique, it does look like neon lights. Well, I think it does. And that's the technique. It really lends itself to that. And then this is Azure Afternoon Dark, I hope, yes. So just go over like so. Now, these are Stampin' Blends. When you go like that, it doesn't rub off. If you used your markers, your Stampin' Right markers, that would rub off, but the blends stay on top. But the other really good thing about this is if you decide you don't want Wonderful in Lost Lagoon and you want that to be in Berry Burst, you can go back over the top and it changes colour. How cool is that? And it doesn't rub off. Now then I put it all on top of my dies here. Then I got this tag die, this one, and I die cut it out, and voila. Here's one I prepared earlier. Now let me just, this is the one I attempted to do on stage and I felt like I was taking way too long, so I just gave up after a while and then brought out my finished one. So let's just finish this one off because I have so many unfinished pieces everywhere. So once again, we're just going over the white image, and it doesn't matter if you're not very careful. Let's go down here. So it just takes me a minute or two. You can see I didn't want to do all that on stage. Goodness, that would have been terrifying. And oops, this one is my dark lemon lime twist. So the paler colours don't show up. You do need to go with the darker colours. So you just have to play around with your colours, your darker brights, if that makes sense. You have to just sort of, you know, have a little bit of a play and see which ones work well. Like things like Petal Pink and Soft Sea Foam, they don't even show. They're just non-existent. So it doesn't sort of highlight that technique if you're wanting to do it with those. You can even see that Dark Lost Lagoon is not sort of popping as much as you think it might. Let's do one here. And what else? What other colour have we got? Is that too much blue then? Let me look. I think it is, but it is what it is. I'll do blue here. And I might not do blue up there. What can I do? I can do the green. The lemon lime twist or granny apple green. One or the other. Okay. So then I just put that straight. Used it as a matting piece and put it straight onto our Berry Burst cardstock. And it's called the Neon Chalkboard Technique. And I then cut the scalloped tag out. Oops, things are blowing off my desk, but that's okay. And then I adhered that to the scallop one. Like so. Now I don't know where the hearts are from these because goodness only knows. But that's okay. Oopsie. And we'll get the backs off. And we shall put that onto our card. Right, what do we want to show? Right, let's just do there. And I'm really cross I lost that little tag. I might just have to cut one. Now this one I use the iridescent striped ribbon because I thought iridescent neon, that's what it sounds like to me. Let's go with that. Oopsie. And just cut that. And a blue dot. And I'll pop that there. So I need to tidy up my ribbon a little bit. That'll do. I won't worry about embellishments, you know, I'll know how to do those. And so that was my second card. I'm not going to do the fun fold one. I might do that in a video, like a Make It Monday. So that was 2 out of the 3 cards that I showed. Where did I put the other one? There we go. So there you go. Hi Rose, thank you. So yeah, so they were 2 of my 3 projects that I showed at On Stage, and that's using the paper tags bundle. And guys, I do want to show you. I know I'm being painful. I do want to show you. This die, you sort of think it's going to cut this out, but it doesn't. It's the wrong way round. It just doesn't work. But it does do something. So if you can bear with me, I shall just cut this die, because I did have one and it's disappeared off the face of the earth. It's because I've got too much stuff on my desk. Bear with me 2 seconds and I'll just cut one. Bring this back in. I just wanted to show you what this can do. Now, this is just the stamped dog bone, not the layered dog bone, as I call it. It's not this one. It's this one. So that's that. But this little banner can wrap around it. Denise is not showing this off very well. There we go. So you can actually put that, thanks Elizabeth, you can actually put that little banner around what I'm calling the dog bone, because to me it looks like a dog bone, like so. Oops, too high. So that's how you can use that, but it does not cut out these sentiments. It just does not, and it does not, because the tails are going the wrong way. So this is its use, or the way I used it on one of my Avid cards. Just die cut it and pop it onto on top like that. So there you go. They were my cards. Now before we go, I am going to do a little bit of advertising. Move those to one side. Move that over there. And I have a couple of places left in my next in-person class, Saturday the 29th of March. We're making 4 cards for $25 using the Wildflower Birthday Suite and the Everyday Arches. So there's 2 places left in that class. If you'd like to come, if you live locally and you'd like to come along, please let me know and I can pop you in. So that's that class. That's Saturday the 29th of March at 1:30. So of course only if you live locally. It's going to be a bit too far to come if you don't live locally. And then my next one, I'm cutting these up this week, and on the weekends the last possible chance to cut them up. It's my card class at home on YouTube, live YouTube class, and it's 5 cards for $35. Using the Storybook Moments paper. So if you'd like to get in and book in for that, I'll cut all these cards up for you with envelopes. I'll put in all the bling and the ribbons and twine that you need and mail it out to you, but I do have to mail it out by next Monday because good old Australia Post told me it takes 10 days to get, ordinary post 10 days to get to places. So maybe it's going on a horse-drawn cart, I'm not sure. But anyway, so I do need bookings. I did say by the 17th of March, but I'll extend it to Friday so I can cut them all up, any extras up on Saturday and Sunday and get them in the mail next Monday. So if you'd like to do that, let me know. Send me a message and I can add you to the list and start preparing that class for you as well. So let's go back. If I can find my mouse, I can't find my mouse. Let me go back. There we go. Yes. So I hope you enjoyed today's little cards. 2 of my two of my presentation cards that I did up at OnStage. So they were 2 of them. And this bundle is not available until May, probably the 6th of May, the same day as the catalogue goes live. But yeah, just know it's coming. And I think it's around the $80 mark, $81 something, I'm pretty sure. So thanks for watching, ladies. I really like having you on and watching me. I really appreciate it. I will be back. I've got to go back to work tomorrow. I don't want to do that. I will be back on Monday for my Makeup Monday. Thanks, Tanya. And you never know. I might even do my wow card for that video. I'll see how I'm feeling. Thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. Bye for now.